So my pickup has taken on a terrible odor, and it was fairly mild this morning when I got in it, and we drove it to the other place and it sat in the hot sun all day. Engine heated up pulling a trailer up there, so it was extra heat under that hood, and pulled the trailer back, and now it's really stinking. And I got to looking and I found what the issue is. There is a kitten that has found its way back down in that back hole back there. I don't think you can see it. Probably best if you can't. But it's way down there. I can just barely see its fur. But it's right about here. So I'm hoping I can take this loose somehow, drop that down and get it out of there. I just don't know what it's gonna run into, but the reason I know it's a kitten, I can't really tell anything, but the fur is a few weeks ago I was down in my junky area down there that I don't want to tell nobody about, but happened onto a mama cat with some kittens, and she looked really, really poor. So she was a stray. We started feeding them, and they was doing pretty good down there, but there was 6 of them, and 2 of them got sick and died. We never was able to catch them, and they was just wild acting, which was fine, but we went ahead and fed the kittens. The mama left. I don't know if she died or left, but we kept feeding them, and next thing we know, they was up here at the house. There was 4 of them that made it up here, and we fed them on the porch. They wouldn't, every time they'd see us in the window or we'd open the door, they'd run. But we was feeding them every evening, and they was eating good and looking good, growing. We had a storm last week. Well, this week, a couple of days ago, and we hadn't seen them since. So I don't know how many might be in that cavity of that truck by the fender. I can see at least 1, but there was 4, and we haven't seen any of them since the storm. So I don't know if they all got in there, or if they rode somewhere and jumped out or fell out somewhere else, and this is the only one that's left. Maybe it got hit by the fan or something and crawled up in there. I'm not sure. But anyway, I've got a really, really stinky problem here, and it's really bad. I'm 15 foot away right now and I smell it. I could smell it 50 foot down there when I was walking up. The breeze is going that way, so it's pretty bad. Anyhow, I'll try not to show you the nasty stuff, but I'm going to tear into this truck, and you're going to come with me and just think about how bad it smells. So let's do it. Let's do the nasty. So I found it. I think it's just 1. I'm not going to show it to you, but I've just got that inside fender well pulled down a little ways there, and it's just right there, but it's already swelled up and coming apart. So you can just, I don't know if you can see the flies. They're so bad it's dripping back in there. So This is not a good evening. You could almost buy a 2022 F-350 really cheap right now. With about 30,000 miles on it. You could poke that back in there. If you didn't have a good smeller, you might be the feller for this truck. I don't know. I may have to go get a clothespin before I go any further. I had to quit and take a breather. And it still stinks right here, but it really stinks over there. So, I'm glad you're here though. It makes all the difference. Well, got them out of there. It wound up being two of them. A white one and a gray one. The white one was a really pretty little cat, but they evidently got right down in this area here, and they was in there together really tight. Of course they was swelled up now, but I think they just got in there and couldn't manage to get their footing to get back up out of there. But they was both right there. One was on top of the other a little bit. Both of their heads was, one head was here and one was about here. But just right back in that little cavity. So it didn't take much to get this out. Just those 2 screws, 2 clips, and 3 push-in clips. And that took the mud flap off and losing this insulation and the inner fender well. So right now I've got some cleaner just soaked in there. I think I'm going to rinse that out and soak it down again tonight, and then just let it dry overnight. We'll go to church tomorrow and it can just sit here and dry and air out, and I'll see how it's doing then. If I need to, I'll go a little deeper, but right now I think that's the plan of action. So price just went up. If you as the feller without a smeller, you've missed out, because it smells a whole lot better. So we'll check back on it here in a little while and see what we think. Okay, so I have put cleaner on that twice and rinsed it off twice. And I had the hood open a minute ago, and there's a big opening right up here that you can see right down. So I was able to spray down in there, dump some cleaner. I didn't spray it, I dumped it down in there. And it filled that, got all over that area. And I was able to hose it out good from up there and down here. So I think that's gonna be good enough for tonight anyway. I'm gonna let it set here, and we'll put it back together tomorrow. But the odor's gone. I don't smell it at all here anymore, but I'm probably kind of immune to some extent. But all I smell is the cleaner. So see how it does tomorrow night. If it's all good, I'll put it back together. If not, I'll figure something else out. Try to maybe have Lisa drive the thing from now on for a few weeks anyway, till it airs out and smells better. I'll drive her rig. So we'll see what it does tomorrow. Well, it's all dried up today, and the smell is gone. I don't smell anything other than some of the cleaner that I put on there last night. It's all dried out. I was worried about that insulation back in here. It's gets wet and doesn't like to dry, but it's dried out good, and so that's what some of that is stringing down there, is just that insulation. Anyhow, I'm gonna get it snapped back together and maybe go to the car wash and do it. It has a thing that blows under it, so that's the plan from here. So we got it back together, cleaned up, put all that back together. It didn't amount to much, just a few minutes. And, there is just really just an odd smell when you get close to it. You smell anything though?
I don't. No, but I didn't put it back together.
Yeah,
so
you
I
got to
didn't
be
get
right
that
down
close.
there on that almost, and trying to smell, and then you don't smell a terrible odor. It's just an odd odor. It's that cleaner and something that it's covering up. You can tell that, kind of, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, it's not bad. It'll go away from here, and I think it'll be all right. So we've had hauled cats off that way before. I'm sure everybody has. If you've had kittens around, they get in your vehicles when they're scared or cold.
They do.
So,
and we knew that was possible, that could happen, and when they came up to the porch, but
yeah,
you never want to see it happen.
No. Nope.
We would have done anything to have prevented it if we would have known we thought they were so afraid that they wouldn't even come near our vehicles. But
yeah, I had been bumping my door lock and tooting the horn and stuff if I wasn't certain where they were or that they wasn't in them. But anyway, they didn't seem to get scared of that.
yeah,
Or they may have been in there and just couldn't get out and was silent, I guess.
yeah.
But anyway, too bad we don't know what happened to two of them. They just disappeared, so they probably got out somewhere.
Probably.
Hopefully they're all right.
Yeah.
So,
let us know in the comments if you've ever had anything like this happen, or if you've had something else in your vehicle that you've had to dig out. Let us know. We want to hear your stories. We hate that it happened to us.
yeah.
We truly do.
I worked with a guy that had his car was smelling when he got to Walmart one day, and he popped the hood and got to looking, and it was a kitten on the manifold of a car, and had burned it and cooked it down. I guess it was awful to clean up, but anyway, he didn't have to take the car apart to get it out. But anyway, so I guess one question is, do you know what smells worse than one dead cat?
Oh, what?
2 dead cats. 2 dead cats.
It's bad, isn't it?
It's bad. It's really bad. I hate it for the kittens. I hate it for everybody involved. Me and the truck, the cats.
Yeah.
All we wanted to do was feed some kittens
Yeah.
that needed help.
Feral cats.
Yeah.
We just tried to do our
Shoulda
best
known
by
better.
the feral cats.
Should have known better. Okay. Well, I think we're going to get out of here. Truck's back together. Let us know if you've had some experience like that. We'd be interested to hear about them. So, we're going to get out of here. Appreciate y'all. You have a good evening.
Thanks for watching.